The Galactic training facility buzzed with activity as recruits from dozens of species prepared for their final combat assessment. Lieutenant Commander Vex of the Reptilian Defense Corps watched the newest batch with his usual skepticism, his scaled fingers drumming against the observation deck's railing. Among the towering gorillans and swift-moving felines, one figure stood out for all the wrong reasons. Maya Chen looked absurdly small compared to her alien counterparts. The human stood barely 5.5 feet tall, her regulation combat, gear hanging loose on her frame. When the recruitment officers had first processed her application, many had questioned whether humans were even suitable for frontline military service. They were soft, slow, and lacked the natural weapons that made other species formidable warriors. "This should be interesting," muttered Captain Roth, a veteran canine officer whose ears twitched with amusement. The human barely passed basic training. Now she has to survive 3 days in the Keth wilderness with nothing but standard gear. The Keth homeworld served as the ultimate proving ground for military recruits. Its dense forests teemed with creatures that had evolved in a high-gravity environment, creating predators that could tear through reinforced armor. The survival exercise was simple in concept, but brutal in execution. Navigate 50 kilometers of hostile terrain and reach the extraction point within 72 hours. Maya adjusted her pack straps and checked her equipment one final time. The other recruits towered around her, their conversations filled with bravado and tactical discussions. She remained quiet, methodically reviewing her survival protocols while trying to ignore the whispered comments about her species' weakness. The transport ship descended through Keth's atmosphere, and Maya pressed her face to the viewport. The canopy below stretched endlessly, a sea of dark green punctuated by rocky outcroppings and winding rivers. Somewhere in that wilderness lay her destination, marked only by coordinates burned into her memory. "Drop zone in 2 minutes," announced the pilot. The recruits gathered near the deployment bay, checking their gear one last time. Maya found herself squeezed between a massive ursine whose claws could shred steel and a lithe avian whose hollow bones allowed for incredible speed and agility. The bay doors opened, revealing the forest floor 30 feet below. One by one, the recruits leaped into the green void, their forms disappearing into the canopy. Maya took a deep breath and jumped, her training taking over as she executed a perfect landing roll. The forest fell silent around her, then gradually came alive with alien sounds. Chittering calls echoed from the treetops while something large crashed through the underbrush in the distance. Maya oriented herself using her compass and began moving toward her objective, every sense alert for danger. She had traveled less than a kilometer when she first noticed it. A rustling in the leaves behind her, footsteps that matched her pace but remained just out of sight. Maya stopped and listened, her hand instinctively moving to the pulse rifle on her back. The forest held its breath for a moment before resuming its natural chorus. Whatever was following her possessed remarkable stealth. For the next several hours, Maya caught only glimpses of movement in her peripheral vision. A shadow darting between trees, the soft sound of displaced earth, branches swaying without wind. Her tracker showed no life signs large enough to cause concern, but something was definitely stalking her. As night fell, Maya established a defensive position against a rock formation that provided cover on 3 sides. She activated a small heating unit for warmth and settled in to wait for dawn, her rifle across her knees. The following presence remained just beyond the edge of her vision, patient and persistent. The second day brought new challenges. Maya encountered her first Keth predator, a 6-legged beast with razor-sharp mandibles that could bite through bone. The creature attacked with lightning speed, but Maya's human reflexes, honed by countless hours of training, served her well. She rolled aside and delivered a precise shot that dropped the predator instantly. Throughout the encounter, she remained aware of her mysterious shadow. It had moved closer during the fight, and she caught a clearer glimpse of sleek fur and glowing eyes. The creature was roughly the size of a large dog but moved with a predator's grace. According to her briefing, such animals were among the most dangerous on Keth, pack hunters that could track prey for days without being detected. Maya continued her journey, puzzled by the creature's behavior. It should have attacked by now, either alone or with its pack. Instead, it maintained its distance, following her movements with what seemed like curiosity rather than hunger. The mystery deepened on the second night. Maya awoke to find her heating unit had malfunctioned, leaving her exposed to Keth's brutal cold. As she shivered in her sleeping bag, she noticed a warm presence nearby. The creature had moved closer, its body heat providing a buffer against the freezing air. When Maya stirred, it retreated to its usual distance. But the message was clear. Dawn brought understanding. As Maya packed her gear, she spotted fresh tracks around her campsite. The creature had patrolled the perimeter during the night, and scattered around the area were the remains of smaller predators that had been driven away or killed. Her stalker wasn't hunting her, it was protecting her. The realization changed everything. Maya began leaving small portions of her rations at rest stops, and the creature started appearing more frequently. She caught glimpses of intelligent eyes and a sleek form that moved with deadly purpose. It was magnificent, clearly the apex predator of this region, yet it had chosen to guard rather than hunt. On the final day, Maya encountered a pack of Keth's most dangerous predators, wolf-like creatures with armored hides and venomous claws. She raised her rifle knowing she couldn't possibly fight them all, when her guardian finally revealed itself fully. The creature that had followed her was unlike anything in the databases. It moved like liquid shadow, striking with precision, that left the pack scattered and fleeing. In moments, the threat was eliminated, and Maya found herself face to face with her protector. The animal was beautiful, with midnight fur that seemed to absorb light and eyes that held unmistakable intelligence. It approached slowly, allowing Maya to extend her hand. When their skin made contact, she felt a connection that transcended species barriers. Maya reached the extraction point with 12 hours to spare, her guardian disappearing back into the forest as the transport ship descended. The other recruits stared in amazement at her condition. While many of them bore wounds and showed signs of their ordeal, Maya appeared almost refreshed. Lieutenant Commander Vex reviewed the mission reports with growing amazement. Surveillance drones had captured footage of the human's journey, including her interaction with the native predator. The creature had never been documented before, and its behavior was unprecedented. How did she do it? Captain Roth asked, studying the footage of Maya and her protector working in perfect harmony. Vex shook his scaled head in wonder. I'm beginning to think we've underestimated humans. They don't just survive. They connect. They inspire loyalty, even in the deadliest predators. The recruitment officers quickly revised their assessment of human military potential. Maya's success wasn't just about survival skills or combat training. It was about something uniquely human, an ability to form bonds that transcended the natural order. As Maya prepared for her next assignment, she carried with her the memory of glowing eyes and the knowledge that somewhere in Keth's wilderness, a guardian watched over the forest, forever changed by its encounter with a small human recruit who had treated it not as a monster, but as a friend.